Where's my geezer? There he is.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Sounds like you're in a wind tunnel.
Oh, is it loud? Let me turn that off.
Something blowing on you.
Is that better?
It's just, yeah, it's just enough to be like.
Oh, yeah. My bad.
For the people who don't know you, can you just give us the quick intro? Tell us your name, who you are, what you do, where we can find you online.
I'm a Geezer Periodicals, or Bradley D. Fate, toy maker from Oklahoma. That light's bright. I've been doing this for about 4 years now. Started off, I've gone through many cycles already. I was the Fate Toy Company was the first one, and then after that, I changed it to off bootlegs, and now Geezer Periodicals.
How did you how did you end up with Geezer Periodicals?
Well, I've been working on a comic book, like most guys. Been working on a comic book for like 2 years, going on 3 now, and it was supposed to be, all-encompassing type of name, But,
just an umbrella company. I'm just going to point out what people are here. These photos that you've been posting of this supposed encounter that we're having right now.
Oh yeah.
Wait, there was a few more. Were they in your stories? Oh, here's another one.
I think it's just on my face. Yeah, there we go.
Everyone, was there 2? Were there 3? I don't know. Anyway, I enjoyed that. Where's the 3rd one?
It might have just been in my story.
All gone. Oh well. So where should we start? So how so you're working on a comic book. Tell us your background. Like how did you get interested in art? What age were you when that started? And I mean, obviously, if you're working on comic books and toys, like you made a decision at some point that these kind of pop culture platforms were for you. So how did that come about?
Well, I've drawn basically my whole life. I have a brother who's 5 years older than me, and he always drew, and it was just like a pastime type thing, And it just evolved from there. I never went to art school formally or anything. I just, high school art class, but I just always liked art, of all mediums. I like to sculpt, draw, paint, write, act a little bit, do stop motion, basically anything I can get my hands on, just fun.
And do you have other jobs?
No, this is my only job.
You are
making toys.
You're a full-time artist?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, you are one of the few. Or maybe I'm sorry, I don't know which one.
Yeah.
Are you married?
Yes. Married and have 5 boys.
Oh, wow.
Right?
I have, what ages?
You had to ask. 7, 9, 11, or 7, 9, 10, 11, and 12.
I mean, does it get easier? Because like I always tell people, like, 1 was awesome, and then once I had the second one, it exponentially got harder. I've heard people say when they have that many kids, it kind of curves back around the other way, and they kind of take care of each other.
Oh yeah, they do take care of each other really well.
Yeah, because like right now with 2 kids, like my wife and I just can't talk to each other. Like we speak like after like 9:30 at night, like we can actually have a conversation. But any other time, it's like you just open your mouth. Hey, honey, do you have that? And it's like, and like someone's just screaming at you. or someone's trying to finish your sentences, or the little 7-year-old is like, wait, what? Oh, what does that mean? It's like, dude, am I talking to you? He's probably watching right now. He did ask me
Probably.
once, which was kind of magical. I was putting him to bed, and he looked at me and he said, he's 7 now, so he must have been 5. And he said, Daddy, are you happy that you had kids? What you think, like, what must have been going on in the house that day that would compel a 5-year-old to ask his father if he appreciated his existence? I don't know. Okay, back to you. Sorry. So
our big problem with
yeah.
Mine and my wife's problem is she'll tell the kids one thing, like, go do this, and I'll go in there and be like, what are you doing? Don't be doing that. You're not supposed to do that. And it's just the disconnect there. And then she'll gripe at me and be like, stop griping at them.
Yeah.
But other than that, they take care of themselves, and they're all pretty chill. They're good kids. So we've been lucky. They don't act like I did. So
that's good. I'm hoping that it settles for us at some point.
Oh yeah,
so
it will. They're young.
So tell me, what so you do art full time, you're working on a comic book, and you're doing that in high school, and then it's just, I mean, did you have other jobs? Like, at what point did you decide, was it like, art is going to be my life and screw everything else?
I've kind of always felt that way, I've always gone back to art. I've always made money selling acrylic paintings and stuff like that.
I mean, let me interrupt you for a second.
I would paint.
That's a hard decision to make just when you're on your own, but that's a even harder decision when you have 5 kids.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
exactly. I don't know with that, man. There for a little while, my wife was working full time, had a good job. I was working part time at the dollar store, just checkout guy. But her career was better than mine, and she going places, and I was just kind of stagnant there. And with 5 kids, we got to have somebody at home,
Sure.
So I started being the stay-at-home dad, and taking care of boys. And while all that was going on, I just started pursuing art more and more, and now it's just all I do.
Wow. Yeah, I'll tell you that nothing makes you question your entire life more than actually paying someone else to look after your kids while you're at work. Like, you start doing the math on that, and you're like, wait, why am I working?
Exactly.
Let's talk about important things. Like
Right.
New York Comic Con exclusives.
Yeah,
So,
here we go.
Tell us the story of the Country Fried Turtle.
The story of the Country Fried Turtle is, it was down to the wire. New York Comic Con was coming, and by God, Geezer wanted to be in there. So I just did what I could.
Wow.
I have the little boy body already. So.
It looks like an adventure people body.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was. Yeah, I was just kind of like racing the clock, like, what am I gonna do? And I was like, man, this would be kind of cool if I just threw a Ninja Turtle head on it, because my buddy's been talking about the NECA and the Super 7 turtle. So it's just like, yeah, I'll make a turtle. That'd be cool.
The great thing about this adventure people body are those bell bottoms. They just
cowboy boots. It looks slick.
It just it has that, and this knee is forward and one is back, and it just has that swagger.
Little hip hop action.
Bam, 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 bam. It's like, I don't know. Looks like one of those like Chuck Norris movies, like do 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 do.
Like breaker.
The magnetic articulation, like, this kind of crazy amount of work to do that kind of stuff. What possessed you to? Who does that?
Well,
I always make fun of people, because it's so much time. Like, you have to drill these things out.
Mhm.
And
Was it Dollar Slice that said toys are meant to be played with? Like
everyone's got a different
I
theory.
agree with that, man.
You talk to
Yeah, I
Rika.
mean,
You talk to Rika, and he casts everything with a flat back, so it sticks to the card. And he thinks if you open it, you ruin it. And you went the Dollar Slice route, and had the resealable blister here, so you can actually take it out and do what we're doing, which is enjoyable.
well, man, I can't help it. I get a toy and I have to open it. I can't help it. I have very few things in my collection that have not been opened. I'll buy a vintage one on card and I'll open the damn thing because
No,
I have to play. I know.
why don't you just buy it loose?
Well, it's not as nice.
No.
It's got the paint scrapes and you got to touch all that up. And I've gone that route. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a budget collector anyway, so I get a lot of ones that are a little bit of beaters and try to fix them.
Wow.
It's kind of part of the fun.
So it says Country Fried Turtle. The masked turtle was a bounty hunter responsible for capturing Thunderdome, the outlaw leader of the Hardtop gang. Upon returning bounty, he was ambushed and hung. But before it could kill him, he was cut down by Snappy, his now trusty sidekick. Together, they now stand against the evil villainy of the Hardtop gang. Wow.
In no way influenced by the Lone Ranger.
No. Look at that.
And see those other turtle bodies back there? Those are all other bodies that I already have. That's the only one they're back there. Just in case it was successful.
Wow. Well, there's only 20 pieces, everybody, and they're $45, and they're in the store now. So, whoop whoop. Look at that. All right. So, tell me, you said you've been working on a comic book. How long have you been working on a comic book? Like, is this like years and years?
Yeah, well, about 3 years now. Yeah, going on 3 years.
And is it almost done?
No. I'm working on the inks right now. I've got most of the pencils done, but
wow.
And again, I don't know how I'm gonna color the damn thing because I'm gonna have to break down and get a Photoshop or something eventually because all that I've been doing is all in a 3D paint on the computer. So
wow. So all the work, it's all 100% digital?
well, everything that I've done so far, it's just I'll paint it by hand or draw it by hand and then scan it and paint, and that's it.
So you did the pencils by hand, then you scan it and you do inks in the computer?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's just what I'm saying with the action I've made thus far. The card backs.
Oh, right. But as far as the comic book goes?
Yeah. Oh, as far as the comic book goes,
yeah.
I haven't colored that or anything yet.
But that's what you're talking about, coloring. You were trying to decide how to color.
Man, yeah. I'm still like on the fence about it. I was thinking just getting Prismacolor markers and just doing it all by hand. But I don't know. That could be too tedious.
But you did the pencils and the inks by hand?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to scan those in?
Yes. Yes.
I would encourage you to make really good like photocopies and then color those with the markers and not color your other art, because then if you mess up, like, you can start again. I am personally a fan of like the vintage comic books and the vintage style coloring, but the modern comic books just, with all the shading and the shadows, it's like, Spider-Man is just like, he's one tone of blue and one tone of red, and he's got some black lines on him. That's like what Spider-Man's supposed to look like to me. But now it's like, it's 10 shades of red, and he's in the shadow, and it's like, I don't know. So what's the comic book called?
Yeah, I don't care for that. It's called The Wrong Guys.
Nice. And how many pages? Is it 24 pages?
More than that right now. What I'm trying to go for is like an annual, like the old Golden Age and Silver Age comics, like The Shield, Do you remember? Or Are You the Shield?
Well, the
Atlas
annuals,
Comics, that kind of thing.
the ones with like the square bound, the perfect bound edges.
Just like yeah, well, that too, but I just mean like the ones that have the combination of like 6 or 7 stories, you know,
Hmm. I mean, that's kind
like
of
the old Tales from the Crypt.
sure. I mean, that's kind of the. Uh, I mean, because floppy comic books like don't make money anymore. They're kind of a lost leader for the trade paperbacks that come out later. So they generally try to put something going on outside. Someone's here.
Airplane.
I don't know. Someone's trying to get in. I don't know who it is. Oh, I know what that is. It's very weird. Like people stop by. You're doing a live show, and they're like, "Hi, how's it going?" And like,
Oh yeah,
we're live.
right.
And like they're like, "What does that mean?" You're just sitting there with headphones on. It's like, no, there's actually like dozens of people watching me talk to you right now, and they're like, Wow. So how do you with
So let me buy
5 kids?
toys.
Yeah. So with 5 kids, like how much time do you get to do art? Like how do you balance that?
I just don't sleep a lot, you know,
No.
mainly.
Oh, you're breaking my heart here. Uh, just don't sleep. Yeah. I
Not
mean, I
very
guess
much, man. Like
I
4
guess
hours
I
sometimes.
I guess I knew that was the answer, but I was just kind of hoping that
Right.
you were gonna give me some like magical insight. Um, so let's talk about how you got into the scene here. Like, what was? I know you've been creative like since the beginning, but you probably collected toys, or at least you played with toys at up to a certain age. But how did you decide and learn how to actually start making them?
Well, it started out, and I got on Instagram, and I don't know why I got on Instagram. Honestly, I just started an Instagram and just scrolling through different toy stuff because I was collecting He-Man guys at the time. I saw how I think it was Underworld Customs and Underworld Muscle. Is that right? But anyway, I saw them and Barbarian Rage, some of the figures that they were doing, and I was like, "Oh man, this is awesome! What is that?" And then I found out that it was resin, and I just dove into it. I was like, well, if these guys are doing it, there's got to be a tutorial on YouTube or something, which at the time there really wasn't a whole lot. But, just through trial and error, just kind of figured it out, and messaged people here and there and got a little bit of insight through some people, man. It was kind of like tattooing. Like a lot of people didn't want to open the door or let you know shit at first. And then,
Mm.
other people were real generous and, welcoming, but other ones were like, nah, get out of here. But
So
through
basically, what
lots
what
of
you're saying
patience.
what you're saying is it's all Barbarian Rage's fault.
He was really instrumental in everything. He was really cool about everything. Him and Dollar Slice both. They never turned me away. They always, would answer my bullshit questions. So
Nice.
thankful to those
Yeah,
dudes for that.
there's a lot of insecurity in the scene, and a lot of fear that if people share information that I don't know, you're gonna like compete with them or take something away from
Mhm.
them. And I've never had that attitude. I've
What
you
pissed?
know
Yeah, the only thing that's pissed me off is once I acquire the knowledge and someone
Mhm.
asks me, and I lean on it whenever they don't show gratitude. If
Oh
that
yeah.
makes sense.
Well, I mean
Yeah.
that's just upsetting in any walk of life, right?
Mhm.
When you're like pull your
Exactly.
car over to let someone by and they don't even look at you, and then you're like,
Oh yeah.
"Hi,"
Yeah.
haha.
Well,
I've
well,
made
well
I've
I'm in Oklahoma with tattoos, so I open the door for old people, and they look at me like I'm a piece of
oh,
shit, and I'm like, I'm
oh
holding the
like
door for you,
you're a criminal, right?
Yeah, yeah, like you've been
Yeah.
to prison. Oh, I haven't.
Wow, you should just come to LA. Like everyone's got a tattoo.
Right,
Um,
exactly.
um, Yeah. I've recently I've just taken to, like, when people are rude to me, like on the road, I just smile and wave. They're
Mm.
just like cut you off and they look at me and they think like I'm gonna be nasty, and I'm just like, hi, I'm a person. I
That's what
exist.
my
I
my
have
dad always
feelings
said that. Just kill
too.
them with kindness. Yeah. Yeah.
It works most of the time. All right. So you discovered the work, you said Underworld, Customs and Barbarian Rage, and then you started poking around, and then I don't know, was there like just an aha moment? You just decided like this was like the medium for you? Or is this, I mean, it sounds like you do a lot of stuff. Is this just one way you express yourself, or is this like the future of Geezer Periodicals? Or you, is this just one of,
This is what I this is one of the things that I really, really want to do. I enjoy it. There drawing, I've done that my whole life. Painting, done that my whole life. Sculpting, no, I'm not that great, but if it's an existing piece, I can modify it and do a pretty good job. But holding a 3D piece of art that you created is just so rewarding. You feel badass about it. Like, yeah, that's fucking cool. Look at that.
right?
Put it on your wall, then other people buy them and put them on their wall. And, nothing beats that to me. So like even the comic book was basically a way to sell figures, because I was like, then I can make figures of my own intellectual properties, and fuck everybody else. If anybody likes it, I can get big. And that was the whole mindset with that. Same with wanting to make movies. I'm like, and I can make figures too, and t-shirts, and blah blah blah. It's just,
So
I don't
it
know,
sounds like
it always comes back to toys.
it sounds like all your artistic pursuits, like, just, I think you just said it, like everything comes back to wanting to make toys.
Yeah, exactly. It's just fun, man. Making toys is fun.
It's kind of crazy. Toy people are crazy. Oh, did I just figure that out like 20 years
Yeah.
later? Wow.
Yeah, we're weird. We're weird. Oh, let me show you the first piece I ever made, by the way,
Cool.
since I have it handy. This the mold was garbage, and I got 2 pulls out of it, and then it didn't work out because I tried a cowboy hat and it just didn't work. So can't see it very good, but that's a Walker zombie stranger.
Wow.
But yeah, he like one arm stays on good, the other one pops off all the time. Well, apparently they're both staying on okay today.
And
Yeah,
so what do your
I
kids,
tried.
what do your kids think of this? Like when people say
Oh, they
like,
love it.
hey,
They
they're
love it.
like, what do your parents do? And you're like, oh, my dad, he makes toys and comic books. I
Oh
guess
yeah,
that's,
they love it.
I guess that must be cool these days. Like 20 years ago, that'd be like, my dad, he's a little different. He makes
Yeah,
toys and
yeah.
comic books, and people are like, okay, I'm never coming over to your house. Yeah, it's kind of,
I'd go to that kid's house.
yeah. It's crazy how like the culture has totally shifted. Like, um, you know, comic books, cartoons, video games, toys, like all of like the parents now like connect with their children with all of that stuff. And then there's all of that stuff exists for adults too, that are not even meant for kids. And when I was growing up, if you were an adult, you know it's just like that 40-year-old virgin thing. It's like if you were sitting in your office and you had action figures in your cubicle, it was like, oh, there's something wrong with Bob down the road there, like around the corner, like stay away from him. But now you go to an office, everyone's got action figures, like everyone's got like
Mhm.
like whatever they're into, and parents are playing video games with the kids and watching cartoons. And um, it's really weird how like the generations that, and they like the same things, like parents and kids, like they go to the same concerts. Like there's something weird about that, right? Like when I was a kid,
It's
like if
wild.
you went like your parent would never go to like a hip hop concert with you. Like, what? go to that. Like that does, now it's like, that's what you see. It's like you see his parents and like these 12-year-old kids, and they're like that. I don't know. Times have changed. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, I went to a yeah, exactly. I went to a Aquabats concert, and my boys were super just like, "Oh man, you're going," wanted to come, and I'm like, "Sorry." I mean, I really just didn't think that they'd be into it. I knew they liked the show and stuff, but I just, but yeah,
and you
they
and
were
you went
jealous and mad
and
at
you
me
went
for
you
not
went
getting them
without
tickets.
you went without them.
Uh-huh. I know I'm a bad dad.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, I don't know, dude. It has been a pleasure. Congratulations on a beautiful toy. Everyone who's watching, please
Thank you, thank you.
show some support. Go to the site. They're super affordable. They're signed and numbered right there on the back. See right there. There's only 20 pieces. They're $45 for an articulated figure. How could you go wrong? Check it out. Alrighty, sir. Thank you again,
Please.
and we will talk to you soon.
Yeah,
We'll
no
definitely
problem.
be in touch.
I also have the Decon figure.
Yes.
I heard earlier how you said that the the thing was due already, but I'll have that. I'll have that to you by Monday.
I pad my dates on purpose because I know artists well. If I need something by the 10th, I ask for it by the 5th. Because the way it works out is if half the people get it to me by the 5th and the other half get it to me by the 10th, I actually have a nice amount of stuff to work with. The problem is everyone gets it to me on the 10th, then I'm pulling my hair out. So, but I appreciate you and thank you so much.
Yeah, man. Take it easy.
All right. Keep fighting a good
Appreciate it.
fight.